So, hello everybody. My name is Rhonda McCune and I have a wee craft business called Aslan Crafts. So I have decided today to do a wee video tutorial just to help if anyone's trying to make up the leprechaun hat gift box from the Cricut. So this is what we're going to be making today. As you can see, it's a lovely little leprechaun hat gift box. It's very cute. So if you go onto your Cricut and if you go into the project choices, you'll be able to put in leprechaun hat gift box and that'll give you the instructions of how to make this. But I thought it would be nice just to have a wee video with a few tips hopefully to let you see how to make it up a little bit easier. So we're going to start off first of all, once you've cut all of your pieces out, what I did was I used this colour of card and I thought it'd be nicer if I could make it a little more green. So I just swiped an ink pad over the top of it. It was a dye based ink pad. You can use a pigment one, it just will take you a wee bit longer for to let it dry. So it gives you this lovely sort of mottled effect. You can see the texture of the card. This card is Crafter's Companion card. So it's 12 by 12 pieces of card and I've just cut out the little gift box with that card. So if you place all your pieces that you've cut out just in a wee sort of area so that you don't lose any of your bits and pieces. There are 8 different pieces for this. You'll be able to see it on the project details on the Cricut website. So first of all, we're going to start with the circle with the slots, which is this little piece, and the long rectangle piece with tabs. Oh, sorry about that. My husband's here making tea in the background. His phone just went off. Anyway, take the circle with the slots and this long rectangle piece with the tabs. Insert the tabs into the slots. Now, you're going to want to... Okay, let me just give you a wee tip here. What I've done is I've kind of bent all of these down, first of all, okay, and then open them up again. It just means they've got a wee bit of sort of wiggle room, and it's easier when you're trying to slot them in and stick them down. Okay, so, and what I would do is your first, I would say 2 or 3, take a little bit of glue. Now I always leave my glue, sorry about my cup, it's so dirty, I was painted and didn't clean properly. But I always leave my glue sitting like this inside a little cup, and it means that you have your glue just ready to go. Some people put a wee bit of a damp sponge in the bottom of it, but I don't find my glue runs out. It's quite thick. This is the tacky glue. It dries quite quickly, so I like it for that reason, and it's quite thick so it doesn't tend to run out. So I always leave it in that wee tub and then it's ready to go. So if you stick the first 2 or 3 down, you will need to hold them just a little bit until the grip, but if you stick those down, it means then you're not fighting with it when you're trying to put it into the next little pieces. It's held there for you and it doesn't pop out. So rather than watch me do that, I just move that bit off to the side, and I could say in true Blue Peter fashion, but only people in the UK would sort of maybe know what I'm meaning, but it means to prepare something beforehand. So I've stuck all the rest of these little tabs already in here, and I'm just going to finish off these 3. It does get easier as you go round. So what I do is pop a little bit of glue, whoops, just on here, rather than trying to put it on the tabs, and then feed the tabs through. from the back. Okay. And then just hold them down for a few seconds. As I said, this tacky glue, sorry, maybe it's better up that way. Yeah, this tacky glue dries quite quickly, so you just have to have a wee bit of patience and hold it down. Whoops, hold it down for a few seconds. That should be it. Okay, now for this piece here, you're going to just put one line of glue up the side and then attach it. And I don't know where I've put my paper clips, so I am actually going to use a hair clip to hold that in place. Okay, so actually one thing, while this is just drying, one thing I will explain to you. You can probably see that I have curved my card. Now the reason you do that, card and paper tend to want to just stay flat. So if you curve it, and the easiest way to do that, let's see, I'll just pop this down here and show you. I always get a pair of scissors and just scrape the card along like this. But you don't give yourself paper cuts, it's actually quite sore. And if you curve the card, what happens then is the card is easier to curl round into a circle. It doesn't fight against you the way it normally would. So I would advise you to sort of roll it up a little bit like this on both ends. Curve this end in as well. That's it. And then it sort of sits already in the cylindrical shape that you want it to sit. So that's a little tip, and hopefully by now this bit has, yep, that's stuck together, so we can just remove the clip. And I've just lost the instructions. Sorry. Okay, so we can move on. Right, once we've done that, you can turn it upside down, and you're going to just place a big piece of glue right round in a circle like this, and this piece that you've cut out, we just pop over the top here. Now I would do that and then turn it over, and you can see, you can make sure that it's all lined up. If you were using card that was already the same color on both sides, you don't really it doesn't really matter about having to line it up, but because mine was this lighter sort of bluey creamy color, I'm making sure it's all lined up, so that's fine. You also have this little spare piece of card, which is the bit that's left over when you cut these circles out. I think that just finishes that off and makes it look nice, so I'm going to pop that in here. Okay, and just glue that down, and that's the base of your little hat made. Okay, now we go on to the next bit, the top bit. So the next bit that you're going to use is this little notch. Sorry, yes. Yeah. These two pieces now, I have already stuck this down to let you see how to start it off, but it's this little piece, and hold on just a second, I'm getting confused. It's not actually, sorry about that, it's this piece. Have to forgive me, this is the first time I'm doing this, so yeah, it's this little piece and this piece. Okay, so you're going to take a dab of your glue again. I've just done that on the wrong side. Pop it on here, and you're going to start to place these little pieces here in the notches. Okay, so this is your piece of card with all the the notches in it, and this little bit, which is like a tiny little sun. So you're going to glue again to give your some stability to your pieces of card when you're poking them through, so they don't just poke straight back out. And I would do about 3 or 4 at a time. Just put a wee dab of glue in behind here, and then pop them like that. Make sure they're well in, well secured, and then just hold those until they grip. So again, I've got another piece here already prepared, and remove the clip. And this one is almost finished. I've just a couple of these little bits to glue to finish it off. So I'll just poke that through there, and we'll hold these two for a few seconds just to let them grip. And we'll also put a strip of glue, just exactly the same way as you did with the previous one. Now, with this one, you really need to be careful. If you, oops, my tab just flew out there. Get in. There you go. If you do this one too tight, don't forget this one has to go over the top of this one. So I place it over the top and then hold that down, just so that I know that it's going to have plenty of wiggle room. Okay, so hold this until it grips, and then once you think it's gripped a little bit, you can take it off. Either use a paper clip or just an ordinary clip like I have. Make sure it's gripping all down that edge. Okay, and just check it's again. It's going to freely come off and on. Yep, and that's that a little bit finished. So now we're going to cover the way you can see all these little bits. So we'll cover this with your strip. It's like this. Okay. The easiest way to do this is just run along the whole length of this strip with your glue. Okay, and find this join. You always want these joins to be at the back, so join not right over the top of it because it will make it very bulky. So maybe go to one side, either this side or this side. I might just start over on this side a little bit. Okay, now try and line it up with the edge. Can you see at the top of here? Okay, the reason why I like wet glue as well as opposed to double-sided tape, it gives you wiggle room when you're making up something like this, so that you can get it as flat to your edge before it actually has time to grip. If you're using double-sided tape, I would recommend you use a Pritt stick under your double-sided tape. If you run it along the edge of your double-sided tape, it'll kind of do the same job as the wet glue and give you a chance to sort of, gives you a little bit of time to maneuver your paper when you're sticking it down. Okay, so that's that, and as you can see then the edge is at the back, the same area as this, so that when you have your little box at the front, it just looks perfect. Okay, so the last thing we're going to finish off with now is your lovely little decoration. This little bit, okay, that really finishes it off. Now obviously you could use this as a little top hat without this, which obviously, and not in green, and you could use this all year round just as a nice little top hat decoration. You could make it at Christmas time actually. I've just thought of this in black, and as a snowman's hat, that would be lovely too. So, okay. So we're going to finish this off by gluing this. Let's see if I can, to here. So what I would recommend you do with mirror card, anything with a coating on it, it's so easy to crack when you're bending it. So I would say stick it down to your piece of card first, and then you can take it and scoop it round sort of to give it your shape, and it sort of protects this from cracking. So I have one already stuck down on this, and we'll just do exactly the same again. Just pop some glue onto the back of your piece of card, and again make sure that you want to start it at the back. So I would turn, okay, there's the back, so I would go right to the opposite side to the front and pop this little decoration piece on the front. So try and get it straight and curl your sides round, okay, and curl it right round to the back, and then again just hold it, have a bit of patience, hold it in place, and that'll grip sorry, just a few seconds to let the glue sort of grip, and that's it. Oh my goodness, what have I done? Just realised I've glued it onto the wrong bit. Whoops. Shouldn't have been on that. That is obviously the inside piece. This is the bit that I should have glued it onto. Oh dear, dear. Okay, anyway, we'll try again. Take two. So, this is well I got it on just when I did, or it would have been a bit too late. What I would do then with this, because there's little bits of glue, once it dries, really it'll dry clear, you won't really see it, but if that was going to bother you, you could put little stickers of shamrocks, little tiny shamrocks or something over that glue to hide that. So now let me be careful. You're going to be putting this on this way around. Oh, sorry, I'll just take the clip. Okay. Okay, so you want to put that on that way around. So I would line up the back of, this one with the back of this one, so that both of those are at the back, so you'll just get to see the nice bit at the front. Then now you can glue, where's the back? Yep, there's the back there. So now you can glue this little piece on, and it's on to the bit that goes over the top. It's on the right bit this time. So okay, we'll just let that grip a little bit, and that is your finished little leprechaun hat. Aren't they so cute? So happy St. Patrick's Day everyone, and I hope this wee tutorial helped you. Bye!